Bold Brave TV Network's longest-running shows, Chat with Minister of Angels, which airs every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Her tireless work ethic and devotion to Spirit has her traveling often, spreading the love of the Masters wherever she is called. To learn more about Julie, check out her website at julieadrianispiritmedium.com, where Julie is also available for private readings and events. Also look for Julie's workshops during the 2025 summer season here in Lilydale. So without any further ado, I will turn the screen and the stage over to Julie.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. And I want to thank Nancy Lombardo for inviting me. I love the whole vibe of Lilydale. I love when I can come and teach. You might have also seen me with Michael Shane. We've come quite often. We love to come and teach, but I also love to come and just relax in the peace of it and enjoy the friends that I have there. So yes, I'm a medium from Chicago. I love what I do. It's been a long, hard winter, and some of the things that I heard today already, I must have been tuning in because I want to talk today about transformation and how we can tap into those quantum energies. Because when we have a beautiful, unexpected spring day, doesn't it just like give you just a wonderful sense of renewal? Like nothing else matters. Last week we had a 75-degree day here in Chicago, and it was as if everything else stopped. We could tune into the beauty of nature. Everything just felt so comforting. So we know that spring is approaching. It's not really here yet weather-wise, but I really want to tune into that transformational energy and talk about that today. My independent voice guide is Dewal Kul, and he is a Tibetan monk. And I know that Lilydale welcomes the monks every year, the Tibetan monks. It's always such a wonderful week, and they bring such wonderful energy, right? So what is it about the monks that creates this light? They seem to just stand out. They're luminescent, right? So he influenced me today to talk about the 7 virtues, or they're called 7 pyramides in the Tibetan law, in the ancient knowledge. And I got my information from this book, The Voice of Silence. It was one of Helena Blavatsky's last books. And most of her works are so hard to understand. They're way over your head. You have to take them in small bites. But this book spoke to me. I really tuned into it. And really, those virtues are gateways. They're gateways of quantum energy that can really illuminate us and elevate our consciousness. And that's really, really what we need these days, right? The collective consciousness. So Dewal Kul worked with many other people, most famously Alice Bailey. He gave her information for about 25 books. And so he's working with me in a different way. Now it's all about human consciousness and the collective consciousness and how we are all here to raise it. He was also one of the 3 wise men in the biblical days. He was one of the kings, Caspar, who brought baby Jesus the gift of gold. So the pyramidas, as they call them, are portals and gateways that we can all connect to. It's all quantum energy, quantum actions that most of us are already participating in. But when we really put our focus into them, we can expand our consciousness and level up to fields of energy and open heart space and Christ consciousness that some of us have never experienced before. And once you reach that level, you're there. There's no going back. So I thought it was important to talk about those today. And the first one is called Dana. and that's generosity. The second one, and I'll go more into these, the second one is called Sheila, and that's all about harmony of thought. The third one is Shanti, and that's all about us having patience. The fourth one is Viraga, and that's all about emotional liberation. The fifth one is Viraya, and that is overcoming obstacles. Number 6 is Dhyana, and that's all about transcendental meditation, which we've all, if you're old enough, you heard a lot about it in the 70s and the 80s, right? Everybody was into transcendental meditation, but there's something to it. And then 7 is Prajna, and that is transcendental wisdom. So for the name of this book is The Voice of Silence. And we all know that when we tap into the silence, that's when we hear our messages. That's when we hear what we need to be doing. That's, it opens everything up for us, right? So the sound of nada, nada means nothing. The soundless sound that can only be heard when our minds reach perfect stillness. Oh, the author is Helena Blavatsky. It was her last book that she wrote before she died in the 1890s. And it's really thin, so it's not so bad. The Mahatma letters, Isis, the secret doctrines, those are like, will take you a year to digest all of that. But this one is manageable, and it's really for us. It's a gift for us. So in a world of constant distraction and, constant reaction, distraction, this really offers us an antidote and a different way to look at things. Sometimes we can hear the same information over and over, but then at one time we might hear it a different way, and then it clicks for us. So hopefully this will happen today if it hasn't already happened for you. So we know that divine consciousness exists. It's our birthright, and we're all masters in the making. So these quantum principles, they've been practiced for years and years and years before Western science believed in them. So these Tibetan traditions say that matter itself is crystallized consciousness. And I believe that too with my work. It's the observer fundamentally affects the observed, right? Nothing exists in the quantum field until you observe it. We all learned that in high school if you took physics. But it goes so much deeper now. Quantum physics is mystical and scientific at the same time. It's like science and spirituality now are finally converging. We're all getting it, right? Science is catching up to what Blavatsky and the masters of the Far East were teaching for eons and eons. So she decided to map uncharted territories when she hooked up with her guides, her masters that materialized for her. And it's all about our spiritual development. So science provides us practical guidance for navigating realms, consciousness, beyond our physical limitations. So these practices allow really deep aspects to tap into the hidden nature, the other portals and gateways that some of us haven't tapped into yet. Most people, when they meditate for a specific reason. I know a lot of people meditate to lower their blood pressure, just to clear their mind, or to help with anxiety. But when you go all the way in and you go really deep, you create a whole nother simulation of reality. So instead of just meditating for stress, be radical. Go as far as you can go. Recognize our true nature beyond the physical. And when you can completely quiet your mind, there's a whole different mode of knowing that emerges. And this perception can open doors, gateways, portals for a natural progression of your mediumship. So this nothingness state can be reached in silence. Simon and Garfunkel, they sang about it, right? The sound of silence. And it's true. When your thoughts can stop and get rid of the chatter and the monkey mind, we know our intuition rises. And the voice of the silence can bring about these 7 transcendental virtues. So let's go over them again and go just a little bit deeper. These are spiritual gateways, and they're called pyramidas. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Pyramidas or spiritual gateways. And they're gateways into enlightened consciousness. We all, when we see the monks, we can feel it, right? There's this peace. There's this tube of light that is all around them, luminescent, and we can reach that too. So the first one, Dana, it's all about transcendental generosity. So if you can dig deep into your heart and you're always thinking of the other person, it can create a shift. Instead of what's in it for me, it's about giving and circulating it around. And that's what's important. Dana recognizes that fulfillment comes through giving. And we've heard that too, right? The old adage, it's better to give than receive. Well, this truly is a quantum energy field that we need to be doing and tapping into. So that giving, that generosity, giving from our hearts is so important. Number 2 is Sheila. Sounds like the name, right? And that transcends morality, way beyond following the external rules. It represents perfect harmony of thought. And we all know that thoughts are things, right? We have to be very conscious of our thoughts nowadays because everything's manifesting so much faster. Thoughts manifest, boom, boom, boom. Before we know it, sometimes we're sorry of what's come out of our mouth because it's manifested so fast, right? Things are happening quickly. And I don't believe that the earth is spinning faster. It's all about we're getting closer to the veil where there is no time or space, where it's not measured in the linear. And that is why it feels like things are happening quicker because they really are. We're getting closer to that no time zone. So harmony and thought, words and actions. So this can burn away contradiction that can, dissipate spiritual energy. We all work so hard to be good people, to study, to put in a lot of work in our practice to become the best psychics or mediums or healers that we can be. But then if we go ahead and we get bogged down with those thoughts and the actions of the linear world, which are so prevalent today, it can sink us spiritually. And then we have to work hard to climb back up. So totally just try every day to be in harmony, not only with nature, but with your thoughts and your power. Because the more you're connecting with these quantum energies, the more power you're going to have in your physical life, in your work, whatever kind of work it is, and in your spiritual work or thoughts. We don't all have to be professional people working in a spiritual business. To be spiritual and to count and to make such a big difference. I believe that being a mother, taking care of your family, taking care of children, or your parents, that is so high on my list of spiritual work. That's so important. So everybody needs to give themselves credit and never feel like you're running behind because of this or because of that. Know that exactly where you are is where you need to be. And that is very high spiritual work. So, number 3 is Shanti, and it's spelled with a K, Kshanti. So that's the third spiritual virtue. It surpasses ordinary patience. It's all about patience. And we all been taught too, patience is a virtue. But this kind of patience is unshakable. Patience helps you maintain your perception to be clear no matter what the circumstances. And, it's important, especially nowadays, because we're living in such a reactive culture where it's almost like being rude and outraged. It's becoming normalized. So it's very, very important for us to harness these virtues, especially patience, because it creates stability, not only for yourself, but for others. If we are practicing these virtues, these gateways, we can create more peace and more stability, not only for ourselves in our own homes, but in our communities. So having stability, practicing Shanti, it's very important. Respond from your heart rather than reacting. And the fourth gateway is Viraga. And this is important because it represents emotional liberation. Emotions are tough. Like I said before, we're also reactive. We're in a state of agitation in the world, all across the world, no matter what country you tap into. So Raga is all about moving through your emotions, allowing them. Don't suppress them. Don't hold them back, because then you're going to have an eruption of emotions. So it's all about acknowledgement, feeling them, and let them move through you. It's not about being cold and detached and emotionless. Like some people, if they see that you're not flying off the handle or you're not totally hurt by something, that they haven't affected you enough, that you're cold and that you don't have the emotions. But that's not really true. That shows that you have the transient nature to step back from the emotion and step out of the physical feeling with that emotion. Because that's all it is. It's just stepping back. You're not allowing it to create a physical or emotional disturbance. And I know that's hard to reach, but this can all be reached through meditation, through the transcendental meditation, and through the practice that the monks show us, and through the silence. So the next one is Virya. And it's overcoming obstacles. Thank you. So the Virya, about overcoming obstacles, that's the fifth paramita. It just overcomes all obstacles. And you might want to add a statue of Ganesha, because Ganesha, the elephant, right? Lord Ganesha is also known to help us move through obstacles. But the virya, the overcoming of obstacles, creates an energy that you think things are happening fast, they're going to happen even faster. You're not even going to have to totally deal with the whole problem. If you're focusing and you are trying and you're practicing these paramitas, things just fall into place. You don't have to worry, you don't have to fix them, or at least the remedies will come to you, they will float to you. So it's not like willpower, okay, that creates an internal struggle. Berea flows from the alignment with your deeper purpose. When your actions express your authentic self. And I know we're all human and we all make mistakes, and that's why we're here to learn, create lessons that push us forward. But tapping into this paramita energy is profound. It can really, really deepen your purpose, know, and help you connect with your higher self, your real true self. So when you're in your state of authentic self, there's just this wonderful, tireless energy that comes naturally, that flows through you. There's no obstacles. You're in the flow. Things manifest very quickly, so you always have to be sure that you're thinking positive and be careful what you ask for because you might get it. So really, really understand that you have the power and how powerful we really are. So the sixth gateway is Dhyana, and that's spelled Dyhana. And this is all about transcending any of our conventional meditation methods. This gives you the ability of knowing your clear cognizance will be so sharp under all conditions without a struggle. So, and this is a permanent shift. When you are truly connecting with the paramita of Dhyana, this level of perception, it marks a significant stage in your development because you don't come back from it. You don't slide down. Once you're there, everything is like instantly happening for you. And the seven, the last but not least of the paramitas, is prajna. And this is the culmination of transcendental wisdom. When people are in their state of prajna, which are the monks, it's a glowing intelligence that's operating in their auric field continually. It's understanding and always being in rational thought. It's comprehending the interdependent nature of all phenomena simultaneously. You don't even have to think about it, but you're tapped into the phenomena. So these seven gateways develop simultaneously. It's not like sequentially that you have to meet one to get to the next level. It can happen like this. You have to stay in the paramita state. Know that when you are meditating, you are connecting with your higher self, and you will see measurable transformation in your entire life, and you will have surprising interactions between the physical and your spiritual work. It's transformational. I feel like it's one of the best ways to transform yourself if you're trying to create a new practice, or if you're trying to study something new. Study these things. Practice it, incorporate it, because transformation is a goal we all share. We all have our shadow side. It's normal. But we're living in a world of duality, and our shadow encounters are always challenging and uncomfortable. And we're going through that right now, worldwide, in our community, in our homes. So it's important not to suppress your shadow side, but to take it in and transmute it. It's all about transmutation. So if you hold it back, it's just going to manifest in another way, fear, anger. So our shadow represents unconscious and conscious defenses against positive change. So we all know the duality is necessary, and your shadow side is not your enemy. It's not going to defeat you unless you let it. It's just an aspect of yourself to integrate and to go back, find your inner child. When we were children, we were in that duality, and it was all day long. We were getting taught lessons, but we just accepted them. Today we had a blessing. Later on that afternoon, we had a lesson. And this is how we need to look at life today. Don't resist it, but transmute it and integrate it, because then we're 100% whole. We can't suppress the negative. We have to learn to step out of the emotion of it and integrate it. Okay, it's an energy. It's an energy just as powerful and sometimes more powerful than the light side of things, right? And when we, just like we say, it's harder to love an enemy than it is your family member that you love, okay? It is. It's a lot harder. But once we integrate that, we experience so much spiritual growth. So become unstoppable and become unbreakable. It's like a diamond. Look what a diamond has to go through. It has so many facets that align in perfect structure. It's the integrated consciousness of the gemstone. And that's what we are. It doesn't matter what you have to go through. You're building yourself up to be this shiny light of consciousness. And when we can connect with the parameters, we're gonna see a lot of transformation. And that's why we're all here during these hard times in our world. We came here for it, to experience and to help in our own ways. So I just want to say, this spring, face your shadow side. Don't push it away. Don't disown it. It's yours. We all have it. But observe and recognize it as a part of you that became distorted. And send yourself compassion to heal. And each time that you recognize a little piece of the duality that doesn't fit right with you, each time you do, your consciousness expands exponentially. So we always want to help the world, and we always want to help other people and heal other people, but we really, now it's also the time to focus on ourselves. And what can we do for ourselves to increase our own energy, get clarity, increase our own perception? So listen to the ancients. They've been doing this and teaching this since the beginning of time in the Far Eastern worlds. So again, the 7 paramitas or virtues are generosity, harmony of thought, transcendental patience, emotional liberation, overcoming obstacles, meditation, and transcendental wisdom. And when we can connect with all of those simultaneously, we can transform the world and ourselves and make it a better place. So I think that's what we really need. And here's a quote from Helena Blavatsky: "The light you seek is within you, waiting in silence." So she was a great spiritual teacher, and I always like to tap into others' thoughts, and she was very inspirational, and I want to say really brought the divine feminine out for our world, because she was breaking rules way back in the 1800s. So, and Lilydale has always supported strong women breaking the rules for emotional freedom and physical freedom. So thank you for listening. I just thought I would share that. And when you welcome the monks this year, look at them in a different way. Look for that tube of light, that luminescence around them. And maybe you can have a conversation with them about some of these transcendental virtues. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Adreani.